Okay, we on. We should be on, hopefully. I should probably record this just in case, seeing as my connection's been a bit wonky this week. Anyway, cześć, siema, jak leci? At here, at a bit unusual time for our Russian explorations. No longer brunch, but at a supper or dinner, depending on where you live and what meals you get during the day. Sorry about that. It wasn't planned. A little bit of health issue. Should be good now, but yeah. If you remember the second poll on my Twitter this week, the options I gave you was just add water, through the years, sloppy, and veggies. Surprisingly, through the years got no votes. Then I believe it was 2 votes each for just add water and veggies, and sloppy won with 3 votes. I guess that's not what you expected, voting for sloppy, but it says it on the package, it's Sloppy Joe. Which I believe it's kind of like spaghetti like spaghetti bolognese sauce, just meant to be put into a burger. It's not really a thing here, so I'll be curious to see how it tastes. Also, when making a poll, I thought this would be like 10-year-old Russian from 2012, but then I found the date code on it, saying it's end of 2009, 316th day of 315th day of 2009. But also you could tell that by the general age range, by looking at its menu 17. I believe Sloppy Joe ran under that number from around 2008 to like 2010, I think. As always, you can check the information on MRE.info.com, because they're like just a treasure of knowledge. But yeah, then it came back for like a year or two on a different number. This is, as I said, 2009, so 12 years old, more or less. I think 12 and a half, actually. Okay, so nothing to say about the packaging. It's the usual packaging that is still existing these days. Peelable seal. Ooh, peelable seal didn't work. But if you remember our earlier old Russians, I bought from this seller before and they were all in good shape, so this should be most probably perfectly edible, if not enjoyable. Put the bag to the side, look at accessory pack, and we'll look into this a bit later. Wheat snack bread, not trans fats free yet. I read a comment somewhere on the MRE info message boards recently that these meals are basically eaten when the soldiers get more urgent issues that can kill them than some trans fats. But you know, someone decided it's important. Hot beverage bag. As usual, we won't be using it. There's famous Russian heater. It might work. I won't risk using it with 10-year-old food. I might still try to start it on the side just so we can see if it works. Cheese spread with jalapenos, which is like my nemesis because it's just a touch too spicy for me. Spoon. It's carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder grape flavor. So quite possibly will be disconcerting purple color. Then got some nut raisin mix. Always a nice snack. Peanuts, raisins, walnuts, almonds, filberts. Is filbert same as hazelnut? Because I think it is. And then cuisine, I don't know what that is. And then we got Sunday treats, fudge brownie. And here's the pièce de résistance, our main dish, sloppy joe filling, barbecue sauce with beef. So yeah, I guess the flavoring is different from spag bol sauce. Cooked beef, water, salt, water, tomato paste, sugar, modified food starch, vinegar, onion, bell pepper, light chili powder, garlic powder. Light chili powder includes silicon dioxide added as an anti-caking agent. Okay, ooh, there's a lot of other flavorings like Worcester sauce, garlic powder, paprika, chili pepper, salt, mustard, cinnamon, and silicon dioxide, more silicon dioxide, and contains soy. 8 ounces serving as usual, about 310 calories in that. You can actually read that all for yourself. So yeah, okay. So what we got left is the accessory bag. We got some. Can we get focus here, please, sir? Thank you. So we got Tippy. Got some Splendor. I'm not sure why not actual sugar, but matches. Moist towelette, which hopefully will be very moist. Creamer, non-dairy dry. Iodized salt. Nescafe's taste choice. So I'm not sure if drinking coffee at 6 p.m. is a smart choice. If I want to have a good night's sleep, but might as well. Then we get some cinnamon chewing gum, bit yellows actually, and a little bottle of Tabasco. I love those bottles, but Tabasco is so not my thing that I just keep collecting them. Should probably give them away to someone. Made of vinegar, red pepper and salt. If you're curious why I don't like Tabasco, it's just because it's vinegar based, and vinegar is really not my flavor. Just completely nope. Anyway, as I said, I won't be heating up the main in the flame extraction heater, but also because of my morning issues, I don't really want to move too much to get to kitchen to use the pot and whatnot. So what we're going to do, I'm going to mix drinks. I'm going to make my coffee in my hot water from the kettle. Then I'm going to dump the pouch from this into the kettle and hope it will warm up. We did that before, and also it's perfectly valid method of cooking warming up your pouched meal if you're at a hotel or at the office. Don't do that if you share a kettle with someone, because the water should be dumped after. Definitely do not use it for drinking. But yeah, it's really good solution for not working heaters and stuff like that. Okay, so drinks first, particularly coffee first. If it will be good, because some of these coffees don't do too well over time. I can't even open the package today. Jeez. Okay. granulated, and it's usually better luck with this one, and it looks perfectly fine. Little bit of darker and lighter spots, but it's still good to go. Splendor, because why not? Let's sweeten our lives a little bit. I mean, if the regular portion of sugar doesn't have that many calories, so I don't think they were trying to cut on that. It might have been some weird time when they're trying to cut on sugars just as a rule. Okay, so Crema says it's for coffee or tea. Have you ever seen youngs drinking tea with Crema? Did you ever saw tea beside iced tea in these packs? Dissolved contents in 1/3 or 8 ounces counting cup of beverage, which is funny because coffee says it's for 6 ounces. Oh well, let's see inside first before I dump it in. Okay, perfectly powdery, perfectly non-dairy creamy. And yes, I'm putting it to the side because that's where my kettle is. Okay, ladies and gents, this is our hot drink for the night. Sloppy Joe feeling. It's a bit squished, smooshed. Production date on it is 275th day of 2009. So like end of September, early October, maybe. Sloppy Joe feeling. Because the pouch is, as you can see, quite pliable, I can just stuff it in my kettle and put it on to boil. Hopefully it will work. It takes a bit of moving around and squishing. Okay, so that's fit in. Okay, so the kettle may come back on, it may not. Water is still hot enough, I believe, to warm it up. The other drink calls for 12 ounces of 360 ml, and it says to add water to this pouch. Problem with that is that safely locking this pouch is impossible, and you can't really drink from it. So it looks like I will have to use the hot beverage bag after all. Feels a bit weird inside. Yep, kettle just came home. 12 ounces of water first. Okay. Try and sit this in my glass. just so I got my hands free for the rest of the preparation. Yes. So I was wrong, it's not purple, it's going to be blue. I think purple is the color I associated with grape flavor because that's what Japanese grape candy is colored with, like purple. This is blue, like your toilet cleaner, also known as Smurfs juice. Whichever appeals to you more. Let's pour it. And now that the kettle came to a boil, it means there's a lot of heat in it, so the sloppy joe should be nice and hot when we pull it out. Okay, make sure you zip it very close. Roll it down for extra safety. There's a lot of undissolved sugar in the corner of the bag. I'm going to leave this in a bag just for a bit more, just so maybe hopefully the sugar dissolves completely. Okay, let's give coffee a stir. Okay, nice coffee. Yes, I'm saying coffee is nice. Sue me. Let's also going to try and activate this just to see how well and if it will work at all. I'm going to add some salt. Don't ask me about chemistry behind it, but salt facilitates and accelerates whatever the reaction is going on with the magnesium and iron in the heater. Okay. A bit of water. I don't seem to have any squishy things to hold it close. Ooh, okay, I found one. So we're going to keep it closed, just in case. Nope, a bit used up, okay. Let's try the other one. Okay. Getting water everywhere. I'm going to put it on the main bag. There is some crinkling inside, like little sounds happening, but not much heat happening yet. I had some of the guys at the forum say they always start. Sometimes it just takes like 20-30 minutes. So I guess we got about till the end of the meal to check that theory. Okay, here's our tray, and start with dessert because why not? Fudge brownie. 3-ounce portion of a cake, serving one cake, 85 grams. Ooh, it's a beauty. There's little do not eat packet underneath, so we won't eat that. Smells chocolatey. Smells of something else too. I can't really tell you of what. Looks very moist. Yeah, let's check inside. Nice dense chocolatey cake. Yeah, I know we can't focus. Sorry. It smells nice. It smells very nice. The heater is making more noise now, but still. Oh no, we got a hot spot. Got a very hot spot actually. But just like one hot spot, and that's all. Okay, so with some bread. Funnily enough, if sloppy joe is meant to be a burger, we only get one slice of bread. Oh, yeah, that's not how bread is supposed to smell like. It's not the best smell per se, but just that's not bread smell. So for snack we got nut raisin mix. And we're going to check if I was right about Filberts. Yep, tiny mini hazelnuts. I guess they're not the same, maybe? That's why different names, or it's just different name for exactly the same thing. I do like them though. As you can see, though, it's mostly peanuts, which is not a nut, which is a legume. But it's cheapest from the bunch, so it's easy peeling. Raisins look very sad, very dry. I'm going to see how they taste like though. We got a almond, a hazelnut, I think 2 or 3 pieces of walnut. So I'm just really curious about proportions because they didn't mention them on the packet. Yeah, so this is about the portion of non-peanut nuts we get in this mix. The rest is peanuts, although it's a funny mix of peanuts. They're small and they're big ones. It's like a funny combo. Okay, anyway, that's nice because they're very calorie dense and you can just snack them on the go as you go. So, cheese spread with jalapenos fortified. Cheddar cheese, butter, water, jalapenos, sodium phosphate, salt, lactic acid, vitamin C, and then extra vitamins A, B6 and B1. Once again, what I've mentioned a couple times now, putting extra vitamins in stuff like this that you're almost can be certain people will eat, is a smarter way, I think, of battling deficiencies than giving them a pill. One, it can be easily dropped. 2, some of them may be against eating pills. This is a very sneaky way of, and especially doing like vitamin A, which is fat soluble, putting it in a high fat content food helps you ingest the vitamins. So there is a lot of science and R&D and laboratories and experimentations behind American rations. Okay, I'm not going to fight with opening the packets today, sorry. I just don't have it in me to struggle with them. Ooh. Yeah, so cheese definitely seen better days. operation happening. Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, it will needed more, but if you remember, I wonder if it's additional jalapenos, but if you remember that 1991 ration we had a couple years back, so the cheese was a bit unappetizingly brownish, but the texture was perfect. Meanwhile, this one is perfectly split. It's going to be very grainy. Orange color is native, and it does not look appetizing at all. So it's going to burn my tongue for no reason at all. Got coffee. Let's put the. It's hot. And not that very hot. Like, if we're talking about hot dishes that make you sweat inside, that make your lungs cry, yeah, I'm all for them. But if it's the kind of food that just burns your mouth and palate, and leaves nothing behind, like scorched ground something, I just I don't understand your kind of dish. Do you mean the good heat kind or the mouth burning kind? Because this is mouth burning, no flavor. Okay. Do you? I mean, it's not about the heat level. I just want to experience heat in different part of myself. Not in my mouth. I want to the heat to course through me. So this is working, sorta. It's a bit puffed up. It's also warmish, but as you can see, I can easily hold it between hands. Okay, so there's like a bit hot spot here, and that's about it. So yeah, in like half hour, we might be able to get me Wonder. And of course, I'm unprepared. It seems. Oh, I need something to dry the pouch with. Didn't think of that. After I pluck it out from the kettle. Okay. Okay. It's a boy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a boy. It doesn't matter quite that much when you heat it in the in the kettle or in a pot of water. If you're doing it in the FRH and inside the bag, you definitely want to make sure none of the residue on the pouch gets into your food. It probably wouldn't hurt you, but why take the risk? In any case, I don't know where that pouch was. What happened to it before it got put in the box. So yeah, always smarter to just dry it off properly. Much of a smell coming from it actually. This from the pouch. Oh, that's a solid portion. No drowning, please. And you can see how steamy hot it got. So yeah, kettle warming method is possibly the easiest one. Wouldn't work for everything because sometimes you get, unless you got a big kettle, because sometimes the mains are weirdly shaped and not very squishy. But yeah, worked for this. So what we got here is like meat pellets, a lot of sauce. Oh yeah, the smell is coming, wafting up now. It's a very delicious smell. I'm actually salivating. Doesn't happen all that often. Okay, okay. Let's try some just on its own first. Okay, just give me, okay, so this got some heat to it as well, and it builds up quite quickly, but also doesn't kill your palate. So the sauce is quite thin. Like if you, as I said, I thought it would be like similar to spag bol. It's different. Spag bol is like very this little fluid sauce. It's like more all tied together. This is more like a very fluid sauce with little bits of meat floating in there. But the meat is very, very tender, very soft. Not mushy, but very soft. I'm going to try and do a tiny little mini burger for my silly little knife. Okay. Okay, I need a tissue. Sorry. See, that's the right kind of heat. Because like my nose got running already. Just 2 spoons. It's a heat that builds up. You know, it's a very nice. Compared to some other barbecue sauces in American Russians, it's not as acidic. So I might actually try adding. I might have tried adding some Tabasco if it wasn't hot enough. I'm not really in the mood for that hot stuff today. Yeah, but as I was going to say, Canadian Russians, beside the bread slice, got actually a hamburger buns, so that would work probably very nicely with that. One bun wouldn't be enough for this portion, but it would work better than this sort of bread. Get out! I'm licking my fingers. With snack bread, it's like the worst bread item in American Russians. There's crackers, there's tortillas, there's chipotle tortillas, which are not really my flavor, but there's options. And then you get this thing, and usually it doesn't work at all. But for this, my dude. So the usual problem with snack bread is that it's very dense and it sucks more finger licking. It sucks out all moisture from your mouth. Because this sauce is so fluid, it's so liquidy, bread got a lot of soaking in to do. So that's what it does. It soaks all the sauce in, which adds another nice soft texture, little bite, little bit of softness, also a little bit of sweetness from the bread. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's almost as if wheat snack bread was invented to go with this feeling. I think it's one of the only combos where it works. See, smurf juice. I have no idea in what universe grape flavored juice is supposed to taste. It's like grapes. I had grapes today. It's yeah. Back when I was in school, we used to call that domestos drink, like you know the toilet cleaner thingy. If you like the flavor, it's nice. Lightly sweet, a bit refreshing. The color is though color is a bit off, I must say. If you ever wondered why there's no, I mean, besides blueberries, which are almost black, there's no blue food, naturally blue food we eat, right? That's because nature decided to mark blue as poisons with blue, so like animals won't eat blue stuff because they know it's poisonous. At least that's what I read somewhere. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But yeah, we're not meant to drink blue things or eat blue things, so this is a weird thing. Okay, I'm going to try the cheese, and I will probably scrape it off just so I can rescue the bread for the filling. Mm. Texture is terribly off. It's very grainy. It's very oily. I'm not sure if I can even taste any cheese in it, or if it's just oily, grainy heat. Nope, it splits so badly. Um, I'm going to try and mix it with, because for some reason I'm a sucker for touching myself. I'm going to mix it in with some of the filling and try it all together. Bread, filling, cheese. Okay, so good part is about it doesn't interfere with the filling. So I know cheese spread with jalapenos is favorite for so many people. For me, it's one of the worst cheese spreads actually. Um, Obviously, it wouldn't be this split when you get it fresh, but if it's not your thing, you can safely mix the pouch into your main and eat it together. Just as I said, for the sake of calories or vitamins in it. The average got quiet, and whatever heat was going on is almost gone. So that's a bit sad, actually, I think. But that's to be expected. Okay, so let's try peanuts with raisins and whatever sad other nuts there is. they're plain, no salt added. Still quite fresh actually, very very crunchy. The raisins are as sad as they look. They're very dry and very chewy. But one can definitely live with that. I'm going to try and add some peanuts into the filling, because why not? If you, I don't know, you pulled, because from what I read, the way the rations are distributed is someone just brings the box and first comes, first served. Whoever grabs what menu, they get that one. So let's say you pulled Sloppy Joe 3 nights in a row, you might start to get bored with it. Like, you can definitely trade with others, but what the others don't want to trade for your Sloppy Joe. That's fun. So because the peanuts are plain, they don't add much flavor, maybe just a little bit, but they do add different texture. I'm going to try it with raisins as well, but to give it a few moments to maybe rehydrate a bit in the sauce. So far, beside the blue drink, everything looks nice. There is a lot of thought behind, and again, it's what I like about Russians sometimes, that you can mix and match items together. Like, yes, they can be separate items. You can, eat Sloppy Joe and then the rest of the stuff on the go. But if you're in a hurry and you want your calories now, you can just mix it all and then go with that. Or you can, just one day mix them like this, and other day mix them like that, for variety, which is important. So as you can imagine, raisins add a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. Just a little bit of sweetness as you bite into one, because then it all melts together and mixes with the sauce and the meat, and it's becoming beautiful. Like, chef's kiss, beautiful. Food is good. So yeah, it's a very sad thing that the cheese splits so badly, because otherwise it will be almost no complaints meal. Okay, let's check the fudge brownie. If I can't speak for the next couple minutes, because I will either be making happy sounds from chocolate, or I will be that dried out from the cake, which happens often. One more, just to make sure. Okay, I admit Nescafe was the coffee I started drinking coffee with, so it's most familiar flavor to me. That's why I enjoy it. But the gas cake, as usual, with the MRE cakes, um, they sort of stick to your palate. Like the way there's like this powder that just gets drawn to any moisture in your mouth and gets stuck there. Um, it probably sounds more gross than it actually is. Um, they're a bit sugary, not sweet, but sugary, and more of a cocoa than chocolate flavored actually. Um, I think there might be like tiny little choc chips in it, or maybe that's the fudgy part. It's very crumbly as you can see, just falls apart. Mm, but yeah, it's a very nice cake. I mean, as far as Amari cakes go, I'll take my mom's pound cake any day over this, but in a pinch. And it's chocolate. You can't ever go bad with chocolate. No, actually, I'm going to try this because we all know there's Mexicans add chocolate to some meals, and it might work. So might as well test it out. It's working. It's a perfectly edible, valid, nice combo. You probably would want bigger chunks to make it more noticeable. But if you crumble it very finely, it's just like extra layer of flavor. It's not a big, pronounced, hey, you got chocolate in it, but just another accent, another nuance in the flavoring. Um, yeah, so as you can see, you can mix and match. You can eat this different way every day. Huh. 12-year-old sloppy Joe filling, chocolate cake, and nuts. Yeah, they were packaged very nicely. They're very fresh. Okay. So something definitely happened in this FRH. There's a faint warmth on the bottom. None of the hot spots I had before. I'm actually going to leave this after the stream for a few more minutes to see if it maybe eventually picks up. It definitely was a good call to warm the mail in some different way. I'm pleasantly surprised with how well the wheat snack bread goes with the filling, mostly because the sauce is very liquid. I would appreciate if it was like 2-pack, like sometimes they put 2 thin slices in, just to make it easy to make actual sandwich. Or if they get the French hamburger bun, because that would work beautifully. even raw salt, the not so nice. Even though it's, as I said, mostly peanuts, which is like a cheap filler. But it's a very nice calorie dense snack. It's a very well thought out ration. In a way, the components mix together, even though some of them are just weird. Yeah, okay, let's end it with some Smurf juice. Still my favorite. Okay, I guess that's it for today. I probably won't finish it today because it's a bit too much for supper. But this will be my breakfast. This will be a very nice breakfast tomorrow before work, and I'm already looking forward to it. Might actually start a week nicely. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Maybe, maybe not. Hope you were entertained. If you want to catch any highlights or whatever, there will be the usual VOD, and it will go up on YouTube eventually. If you want to help me choose rations for next stream, there's two options. One, there's the link to the Google poll underneath. You don't need to log in or anything, just look at the map, tell me where you want to go. Or two, find me on Twitter. I believe there's also a link down there. Almost every week we get some polls for what ration we're going to see. I think next week we're coming back to Europe. Do another 24-hour ration. I need to clean out my chest a little bit because there's good stuff coming. Okay, I'm going to tell you this because I'm really happy the action worked. As you can see, this is 209 food, 12-year-old food. If kept in good condition, it's perfectly edible. Okay. And what I got from an auction, it's 5 rations, 5 24-hour rations. I believe it would be like from 2006 or 7 probably. Given that they were distributed during 2009 peace mission in Lebanon, I think. No, in Lebanon, I think. I need to refresh my history. Sorry. Proper apologies about that. UNIFIL mission, definitely UNIFIL mission in 2009. There's, I believe, UNIFIL forces rations. There's an Italian one and, wait for it, Malaysian one. It's so. I found a Malaysian ration last year on eBay, but because of all the COVID stuff and I believe that they got a little bit. They got themselves quite a shitty political situation, so the seller was unable to send it to me. So getting Malaysian ration now. Ooh, I'm kidding. I'll tell you more about it when it comes here, but yeah. Okay. Okay, now bubble. See you next week. Hopefully no more hiccups, so we'll start as usual 9:30 Central Europe summertime. And this was a look into 209 American MRE.